MacVittie. I'm a junior here at Sacred Heart, and I'm going for a bachelor's degree in social work. What Spina Bifida does is that there's like an opening in your back that can either be filled with spinal fluid in your back, which can leak out, which was what my case was. It affects your nervous system and the nerves in your legs. They aren't really controlled very well, so like you're gonna have like leg weakness. And I actually also have hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain. So what they do for that is that I have a plastic shunt in my head that's meant to drain out like the excess fluid so it doesn't build up in my brain and cause severe damage. You can actually black out and you can actually die from it. I had pretty severe case of scoliosis, which is a curvature of your spine. If you don't take care of it, you're gonna be probably wheelchair bound for the rest of your life. And I'm like, I was like, guys, you're talking to somebody who doctors told me that I was never gonna walk to begin with, and look at me now. And I've actually been wearing leg braces since I was maybe 3 or 4. My dream goal is to not only get rid of the walker and maybe not have to use that, but to get my legs strong enough to the point where I might not have to wear my leg braces anymore, so that I can actually wear feminine type shoes. When I was younger, growing up in school, people, I feel like, especially the boys, definitely judged me by my appearance. And it did hurt. It was a tough thing to, even at school, to make friends and to know whether or not they were being your friends because they actually liked me, or they were just doing it because they felt sorry and they didn't know how to really relate. But once I learned how to talk to people about it myself, I was able to feel comfortable about talking to others about it too, and just realize that like I'm not really that much different from anybody else. When I came on the tour at Sacred Heart, I fell in love with the atmosphere. I fell in love with the fact that there was a really good music program. I'm doing the concert choir. Music is probably my biggest passion, other than just being around people and trying to help them. When I entered Sacred Heart as a freshman, I did actually have a motorized wheelchair just because of the fact that my family and I didn't know how it was going to be getting around. And I think it was sophomore year, whenever it snowed, whenever they didn't do as effective a job at plowing, I actually managed to slide down the hill in my chair once. Like, I didn't get hurt, but I was in my chair and I was like going down by myself without even having to, put any effort into actually controlling the chair. So it kind of scared me a little bit. Definitely having the walker, it's a lot easier and it's a lot faster too getting around. I actually made the transition this September, after I had the surgery, so that I'd be able to live off campus with my roommate. The biggest challenge is that knowing that like you're always gonna have all these like medical obligations that you had that may be beyond your control. And I mean, I've certainly gone through a lot of surgeries and I'm still going through like doctor visits and all these things, and you're never fully ready to hear that you have to go back and do surgery, and especially with the one that I just had over the summer. It was a scoliosis surgery, which I had actually had one surgery before 8 years ago. The last time I had it done, I got a really bad fever and they almost had to transfuse me because my blood pressure was so low. I remember going in, and I mean, I was still very fearful of what was going to happen, if there was going to be any like post-op complications and everything, but I just turned my trust to the doctors, and I knew that I had a big support group. And what also happened to me this time that never usually happened to me as much beforehand was that I got really, really depressed. And I turned into somebody that I didn't really even recognize. It took a long time for me to get my self-esteem and my confidence back to where I wanted it to be. Looking back on everything now, since I'm more aware of it, and being that I've had so many transformations as a result of these surgeries, I definitely am more proud of myself for overcoming the obstacles. As long as the person with the challenge believes that they can do something and doesn't necessarily place a particular limitation on themselves, then that's really what counts.